Death, they say, is inevitable. I was never ever prepared for this. Who would wish the most important person in their life gone just like that? Who would prepare for the person they look up to, wait on, for opinions, for decisions, for advice? Who would wish that such a person would just disappear? This is not easy for me, but my name is Olaiton Adebowale Eniton Omole Ayada Silva, and I am the oldest child of Chief Bosun Omole. To some people, I am Beton because they see me as his carbon copy. The only difference is that I am not a man. Even in our talks, my dad will often say, "Ó sì yá wá lọ́kùnrin." I wish I was a boy sometimes, but I know that he would not have loved me less if I was a man too. Because the love he showed to me was absolute. It had no borders. There was nothing my father would not do for me. There was nowhere I went or I slept that my father did not try to come and check on me. He will give anything to make sure that I am okay. And he did the same for all my siblings. Because if you are looking for Abiyamo, Henri, he carried children all in his heart. So many nights he kept awake because of us, praying, wondering, planning, trying to help out in our individual lives. Even though we were old, at least we were no longer babies. But he still treated us like we needed him every minute. And that is why his death is something that we can never get over. It is nothing like, well, it will pass. It is not going to pass. It is a phase that, even though we don't know how we're going to walk it, we have to walk it. And we pray that God will give us the strength to walk this walk. As for my mother, this was her strength. This was the man who stood by her through thick and thin too. They stuck together. They had their differences. They had their life, like all marriages. The good, the bad, the ugly. But when they interact, you will know that they were meant for each other. And they understood each other more than anybody else. And so I just pray that God will give her the fortitude to bear this loss, to be not too lonely, because definitely she will be lonely. She will miss him. She will want to talk to the person she has been talking to for over 45 years. Well, to the world, he was a great man. To me, he was a hero. He was a superhuman. He had so many things that many people probably saw as his skills, his talents, his intellectual prowess, but those were the tip of the iceberg of the real Bosun Omole. To know him is to love him because he was not corruptible. He was not someone who will bend because he wants to lick anybody's foot. He was not going to be standing for anything but the truth. And when he found God, he followed him wholeheartedly. That is our joy because we know that definitely he is going to reign with his creator. And to the people he left behind, his precious people in Ipetu, those people loved him. They showed him love and he reciprocated. To him, they were his world. He would rather be in Ipetu than be in any other part of the world. If you ask him, Daddy, where do you want this to happen? He will say in Ipetu. Where do you want me to have my wedding? He will say, come to Ipetu. If you want whatever you want to do that is good, he wants you to come and do it in Ipetu. And it is because he loved his people and he loved his home and he did all his best to really let the world know this and show that love to the people in that place. And they reciprocated. Well, so many things can be said about him, but he was a loving man. He loved heavily, he loved wholeheartedly, he loved without barriers. And that is why it's so difficult to leave, to just say he's gone, so let's move on.